Well, good evening and thank you for joining me. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Jake Lambert. I got a lot to talk about, of course. Rain on the way out ahead of our next cold front tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening. And behind that, we'll have some pretty strong winds throughout the day on Wednesday. Now, if you've been looking for even cooler weather than what we've been dealing with, that is also on the horizon as we go a little bit later on into this week. Do want to break down our severe threat tomorrow. Not much of one, but there is at least a low-end severe weather threat. A level 1 marginal risk is in place for most of central Louisiana. You'll see really the only areas not included in that are Catahoula, Concordia, Avoyelles, and St. Landry Parish. All right, so we've got that low-end severe threat tomorrow. I don't think all of us even see rain out of this. So like I said, the chance for a strong storm or two is there, but not all of us are going to be dealing with strong storms tomorrow. Here's a look at that timing on Futurecast. You'll see that cold front there pushing east of DFW just after lunchtime tomorrow, especially if you have any outdoor plans or farming, or anything where the winds could have a big impact on your daily plans there. So here's a look at our area of low pressure. There's our low pressure center right here over Arkansas. And you'll notice to the south, right over Louisiana, we've got a lot of these little black lines close together. That's what we call a tight pressure gradient. That's where the pressure in the atmosphere is changing very quickly over a short distance. When we see a tight pressure gradient like that, that indicates that we're going to see stronger winds. So let's go ahead and break down what winds are going to look like out ahead of this front and then behind this front, and when you can expect winds to start subsiding once again. So out ahead of that front tomorrow afternoon, these are sustained winds that I'm showing you here. You'll see those out of the south at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So overall, not too bad to start things off. Overnight, Tuesday into Wednesday, the front will have passed by this point. Sustained winds already start picking up to about 15 to 20 miles per hour out of the northwest. Now we'll keep things going into Wednesday. Sustained winds at this point up to 20, maybe even 25 miles per hour in some spots. But then Wednesday night into Thursday, winds start to subside and they'll stay on the calmer side as we go through the rest of this week. Now, how about wind gusts? That's a different story. You'll see as we head into Tuesday evening, wind gusts will already be ranging anywhere from about 15 to 20 miles per hour before that front rolls through. Then by the overnight hours, we're looking at gusts up to 25, maybe 30 miles per hour. So I wouldn't be shocked if you hear the winds kind of gusting at times pretty strong Tuesday night into Wednesday. Now during the day Wednesday, those gusts continue going up along with those sustained winds. We could see gusts up to 40 miles per hour. And again, we're not going to see rain or anything after those storms roll through tomorrow. So not expecting rain, just really gusty winds as we head into Wednesday, and then those gusts finally start to subside as we head into the day on Thursday. Now let's talk about those temperatures. Of course, cold front usually means cooler temperatures. You'll see a difference here with your morning lows. Tomorrow morning, we start things off in the mid 50s, then we're in the 40s for a couple mornings, and Friday expected to be the coolest morning we've seen in quite some time. Low 40s is what I have us at for Alexandria. However, I do see potential for some spots to reach the upper 30s for morning lows as we head into Friday morning. From there, morning lows do continue to start rising once again back into the 40s and eventually into the 50s. Now, your high temperatures over the next 7 days, that's where you'll notice a nice difference there. We go from 82 tomorrow to 62 on Wednesday. No, that's not a low temperature. That is the high temperature. 20-degree drop there. We'll keep it in the 60s for a few days. Slowly see highs return to the 70s, back close to 80 degrees for those afternoon highs by the time we get to next Monday. So even once we warm up, things generally not looking too bad out there across central Louisiana. But again, it will certainly feel nice and cool out there in the days to come with those high temperatures in the 60s. I do want to give you a quick update here on Major Hurricane Melissa. You can see just how powerful of a storm it is here. I have the 3D satellite on there out near the Caribbean Sea. I'm going to kind of circle here where the island of Jamaica is, and Melissa is expected to have direct impacts on Jamaica already, seeing some impacts from the outer bands of Melissa. The winds, of course, very strong with this. Sustained winds are at around 175 miles per hour with gusts up to 215 miles per hour. Not something that you want to see go toward any island or any landmass, and things could be very bad there out in Jamaica. I do want to bring you the latest on that Hurricane Hunter data as well from Melissa. You'll see the latest pass there showing surface pressure of 909 millibars. That wind speed probably a little off there. They're feeding that data into the latest advisory coming out tonight at 10. So of course, I'll have the latest for you on that coming up here in just a little while. Do want to catch you up to speed with what's going on right now across the region. Quick look there from Marksville, our Paragon Casino Resort camera. Things looking pretty great out there, pretty calm, pretty quiet. Do want to remind you, if you have any questions or just want to say hey, you can leave your questions in our Facebook chat. I'll be getting to those here in just a moment once we walk through that 7-day forecast. Here's kind of your last call to leave any questions and whatnot in that chat. I'll be getting to those here very, very shortly. Current temperatures out there right now, not looking too bad. We've got some low 60s out there, some mid 60s. DeRidder still a little bit warmer, same with Leesville in the upper 60s, getting pretty close to 70 degrees. As we go through the next couple of hours, of course, we'll fall into the upper 50s around or shortly after midnight tonight, and then slowly see temperatures continue to drop into the mid 50s by the time you start that morning commute tomorrow. And again, bigger difference in temperatures after that front rolls through tomorrow, so going to be a little bit warmer tomorrow morning compared to the mornings that are ahead. Here's a look at hometown lows across the region tonight. Again, generally looking at some mid 50s, maybe upper 50s in a spot or two across central Louisiana. Still running a bit warmer compared to that seasonal average for this time of the year. Let's go ahead and get a check here of your First Alert 7-day forecast. And again, Wednesday is going to be pretty windy, gusts up to 40 miles per hour during the day. Those winds gradually start to subside as we head into the overnight hours. Great temperatures continue through the weekend, close to 80 degrees by the time we get to Monday. Let's take a look at your 10-day forecast, keeping it in the 70s through the end of next week. So overall, not too bad. And once we get through those storms tomorrow and the gusty winds on Wednesday, going to be pretty much a perfect 7 to 10-day forecast. All right, I don't see any other questions or comments here to my side. So, of course, going to continue getting ready for our 10 o'clock newscast. We'll have the latest for you, that latest advisory on Major Hurricane Melissa, as well as any new Hurricane Hunters data that we may be getting in between now and then. So I'll have the latest for that coming up tonight at 10 over on KALB. Of course, you can watch on our news app and our smart TV apps, as well as our website, kalb.com/livestream. Hope you all have a great rest of your Monday night, and thank you for tuning in. I'll see you tonight on NBC and our streaming platforms for KLB News Channel 5 at 10.